Hello, this is Lisa from Happy Stamp, and today we're going to be making this Thinking of You card. I don't know if you can see the shimmer on this paper here. I'm using the shimmery white paper, kind of give it a little bit of a shine right there. But you can find this card, I cased this card, and you can find it on page 54 of the Occasions catalog. It's right here, and it's using the Just Because Hostess set, and you can get this for $13 once you spend $150. You can use 13 of your Hostess dollars to get this set. I just noticed I have a little bit of a smudge there, so I'm going to have to use some gems or something to hide that. But okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So like I said, I'm using the Just Because Host set, and this is a cling mount set. I am using crumb cake, which is 5.5 by 4 1/4, scored at 8.5 by 5 1/4, scored at 4.5. So we will just fold that over and then use our bone folder to give that a good crease. Then I have another piece of crumb cake here, and this measures 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. This is a piece of Whisper White, and this is cut out with the largest rectangle die. I have a piece of, I'm using the, what is this called? Floral Romance, I think it's called. Yes, Floral Romance Special Designer Series paper, and that's in the Occasions catalog. And this piece is 1.5 by 3. Yep, 1.5 by 3. This piece is 1.5 by 4.5, I believe. Yep. And then this piece is 1/2 inch by 3 3/4. This piece of vellum is 2.5 by 4, and this is the shimmery white. And then I just have a scrap piece of vellum that I'm going to be using for these flowers right here. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started. So the first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to take this lone piece of crumb cake here, and I'm going to be using the Pine Planks embossing folder, and you're going to put this in here like this. And this is one of the embossing folders that you only need one plate. So I'm going to bring in my Big Shot platform, put my embossing folder down, and then I'm just using one acrylic plate. And I put directions on mine for my classes so that they know that you only need one acrylic plate when you are cutting these or running this through the Big Shot. Okay, so there is that. Hurry up. All right, and then I'm going to take my crumb cake stamping pad. I'm going to take a wedge of a sponge that I cut my sponges. They're coming round sponges, and I cut them to 6 pieces. And then I just put a little tag topper at the top so that it tells me which one is what. And I'm just going to, I think I need to re-ink my pad here. So I'm just going around the edges of this piece of cardstock here. And then I'm going to take a piece of scratch paper. I'm going to set that on top, and I'm just going to go, just to give it a little more texture, so you can kind of see those planks a little bit more. Okay, just to give it a little more color. Okay, so I'm done with that. All right, so I can take this. I'm going to take my pieces of designer series paper here, the bigger ones, and we can go ahead and I'm going to just use some Tombow here. And this one's going to go along this side right here. I'm just trying to leave an even border on these three sides here. And then this one can go right on top of that one. Okay. All right. Okay, so we can set that aside for the second. I'm going to take my piece of shimmery white paper and I'm going to bring in my Stamparatus here. I've already got it set up. So I'm going to put this down in the corner. I'm going to bring in my Memento because I'm going to be using my blends. And this, I find, does need to be stamped a couple of times because I want a good crisp black image. So using your Stamparatus, that's what you're going to get. All right. So there we have that. Let me, since I'm done using this now, I'm going to take my chamois here. Just wipe that off with my chamois. Okay. And this will be all ready to put away. All right. So hopefully this is dried here. So I'm using the light and dark of my Mossy Meadow and the light and dark of my Cajun Craze. And I like to start lightest to darkest. And I put down a coat of the lightest first, all over. That's just how I do it. Okay, and then, so this is going to kind of look like a terracotta pot here. Alright, now I'm going to take my dark and I'm just going to come in from this side just to give it a little bit of shading here. Alright, then I'm going to go back to my light and I'm just going to blend out the edge here. So that just gives it a little bit more darkness on that side. Now for my leaves, I am going to color all my leaves with the lightest first. And I do not know how to color, so I have no idea if this is right or wrong, but this is the way that I am doing it. Alright, so then I'm going to take my dark mossy meadow. I'm just going to go up the middle where the vein is. And then I'm just going to do a little bit on the tips. And then I'm going to go back in with my light again, and I'm just going to blend that out. And I'm trying not to saturate the paper too much so that it doesn't bleed outside the lines. We've had a beautiful 2 days here in Wisconsin. They said we were supposed to get some snow last night, but we didn't, thank goodness. Alright, so there is that completed. Alright, so now this can go on the front of my hot card, and I am going to use some dimensionals. Get a new pack here. I used up all my dimensionals, including the edges. Nobody's going to see the edges, so there's no reason not to use them. And I'm going to put one in each corner here and one in the middle. Alright, and this is going to go right in the middle of our card here. Alright. And now this, I can take my card base, and I'm going to take some of my glue because I want it to get into all of the little creases here from the embossing folder. Make sure it adheres. And this is going to go right on the front of our card. Oops. All right. Make sure that stays down there. All right, now for the inside, I'm going to take that piece that I had cut out with the largest stitched rectangle, and I'm just going to use that small piece of paper, and that's just going to go right down to the bottom of the page here. And that's just going to go on here. And then I just put a little bit of adhesive at the top. And that gets centered on the inside. And then for the last little bit, I'm going to take some of our linen thread here. And I'm just going to make a bow. Sorry about the dogs next door. this. Cut that off. And then this is going to go on there with a glue dot that I am going to kind of wad up here. And I've got it right down here. This card is going to go to my aunt. She just had a little surgery on her knee. And she says she's doing good, but this will just give her a little something to look at. Oh, got it. All right, there we go. So that is it. Oh, nope, it is not. Forgot about my vellum leaves. Okay, so we're going to take a piece of vellum, and I'm going to take the leaf punch, and I'm going to cut out 3 of these leaves here. Okay. And I'm going to take some more glue dots, and I'm going to take this. I'm just going to kind of smush it off here, and I'm going to stick it under here, and I'm just going to press down so that's going to adhere to the glue dot. So I get it on the glue dot, and then I'm going to turn it around so the glue dot's face up, and then I'm just going to wiggle it in there and then press down, and then it adheres to the glue dot. And I want another one on this side over here. Just like that. Okay, now I'm done. All right, so there's that one that I just made, and here's the one that I had made earlier. So if you have any questions, please let me know, and all supplies can be purchased through my online store at www.happystamp.stampinup.net. And one more thing that I have right now, anybody that places a $35 or more order from me, the rest of this month is going to get some of this Painted Seasons Designer Series paper. Now, you can get this for free with a $50 order if you so choose, but I've got some packets, so I'm just going to, anybody that places an order with me on, I'm going to have a hostess code in there, so make sure you use the hostess code. I don't have it on me right at the moment. I'm sorry, I forgot to, but I can put it in the description below. That's what I'll do. I'll put it in the description below so that you can use the hostess code. But you'll get 2 sheets of every design. Well, 2 sheets. It's double-sided. And you'll get this for free for placing a $35 order before taxes and shipping. So you have to spend $35 in order to get this. This doesn't include the shipping and the handling. So it'll be a little bit more with the shipping and handling. Yeah, I thought that would be nice to, if you don't want to spend the whole $50, you can get a little bit, and then I'll send this to you in the mail. All right, so that is that. And like I said, if you have any questions, please leave me a comment below. I'll be happy to answer them. Thanks for watching, and have a great day. Bye.